There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna move this back a little bit. So let's start standing up, and we'll start with the poles. All right, so let's go ahead and let's check in with the feet first. So you can just hold on to your pole in whichever hand is fine. We're gonna do, besides the poles, we're gonna do some balance work today. So it won't be all poles the whole time, but let's start with the feet and balance. So I like to lift my toes up and just kind of notice that when I put my toes back down, they're really important for your balance. There's minimum two different ways to look at 3 points of the feet or 4 points of the feet. Your choice. When it's 4, it's the inside edge of the heel and the outside edge of the heel. When it's 3, it's just the center of the heel. But pushing in with the big toe, the mound of the big toe, and the pinky toe. So we have that, and that kind of activates the muscles in the lower leg, maybe up into the knee, if you can feel that. And then let's do this. So there's the inside arch, so inside of the foot on that side, and then kind of have a mini arch on the outside edge of the foot. So what I like to do is imagine a suction cup coming up on the inside, relax that, and then do the outside edge. So the outside edge is great for ankle strength, playing with that a little bit. And these are just like subtle movements that, help us engage those feet, get some blood flow where I'm sure I've said this before, where our thoughts go, our energy goes. So if we're thinking about different areas in the body, we're kind of waking them up. All right, so we got that, both feet, one at a time or both at the same time, whatever works. All right, let's do some big body movements next. So I like to start off with that cat and cow. Small movements to start, and then you can get bigger as the body kind of warms up a little bit. So we're going to start, maybe the feet are a little bit wider than hip width. And our cow is an inhale looking up. So it's just a easy back bend. And then exhale cat. And that's just a little bit of a forward fold. So back and forth. Inhale looking up, exhale looking down. So after you've done a few in each direction, if you want to, and you don't have to, you can just stay at this point. You can bend the knees more in cat and drop the head a little bit more. And then inhale with cow, going back a little bit further. So since we have something to hold on to, you might find that you can increase your range of motion without feeling as wobbly. So occasionally go back and check in with the feet, see what they're up to. Very nice. All right. So next we're going to do our lateral opening. So we have the muscles in between the ribs, our intercostals. And if those are tight, then you're not getting that full range of motion from our diaphragm, which means we're not getting a full breath in and out. So we're going to go one side at a time, and we're going to start with the pull in our right hand. And there is a reason for that. There's certain postural movements, and our lungs are different sizes on each side because of where the heart is. One side's bigger than the other. So we're gonna concentrate on this side, opening up the left diaphragm down here, kind of where the stomach is, kind of up in there. So we're gonna inhale this left arm up, feel that extension from the fingers to the foot, and then exhale, bring it over towards the pole. You don't have to touch it, just over in that direction. And then inhale back to vertical, and then exhale, release. Again, inhale vertical, exhale over. Inhale coming up, exhale down. Let's do one more like that. Inhale vertical, exhale over. Inhale vertical, exhale release. And now we're going to just go all the way over, all the way back. So inhale and exhale. And two more. And last one. Beautiful. Let's do that one more time. We're going to add an extra breath in. So we're going to inhale all the way over. We're going to pause here, exhale. Inhale into that lower left rib cage. And then exhale, release. Very nice. All right, let's switch sides. And if your feet are too far apart or too close together, they are, you can always move them. All right, here we go. So we're going to inhale, nice and tall on that vertical, exhale down. Again, inhale, and exhale. And one more straight up inhale, and exhale. Beautiful. All right, next round, going all the way over. Inhale over, exhale back. Inhale, and exhale. And two more. And last one. Excellent. And one more. We're going to go all the way over, pause. Take another inhale into that lower right rib cage. And then exhale, bring it back. Beautiful. All right, let's do a gentle twist here. So feet nice and wide. We're going to bring the pole out in front. A little softness in the knees. Inhale, we're going to lift the spine. On the exhale, coming to one side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. And we want to keep this twist in that upper quadrant, upper third of the spine. And then one more time each side, or finish it off evenly. And then release the arms down. So we're going to come into a forward fold. So we're still kind of in that warming up phase of beginning of class. So I'm going to give you two options, but I'm going to recommend the first one. So first option, we're just going to do We'll do half sun salutations, and then I'll give you the option to do a couple slightly different. So we're gonna find a spot on the pole. Feet are at least hip width distance apart. You can do it wider. And we're gonna inhale, you're looking up, and then on the exhale, fold forward. And you can go as far as you want. You can just go part way, or you can come lower. And then on the inhale, we're gonna halfway lift to that long, straight spine. And then exhale, fold forward again. I'm gonna bend the knees, inhale, coming all the way up. All right, let's do that again. So on an inhale, you can look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, walk it halfway back up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees. Inhale, coming all the way up. All right, we're gonna do it like that one more time, and then I'll give you the option to do a different version with the pole. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift to that long, strong spine. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, walk it all the way back up. All right, so option A, stay with that. Option B, we're gonna do the arms out in front. So if you have any back issues, stick with the first one. If you're feeling warm enough, you can go this way. All right, so here we go. We're gonna inhale, look up, bring the arms up. On the exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Pole comes out in front. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees nice and deep. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up. And then exhale back to start. All right, 2 more times. So if you want to stay with the first, if you want to try the second, either way. Inhale, arms coming up, looking up. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. And you can always bend your knees at any point during this. Inhale, bend the knees nice and deep all the way up. Exhale down. All right, one more time. Inhale. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees nice and deep. Inhale, all the way up. And exhale back to start. Excellent. All right. So that's that. Let's go to, let's do some balance poses. So we're going to start with, let's do the toes, up on the toes first. So palm tree pose. Couple of options. Everything today is about your options. So you can do it without the pole. Just come up on the toes, hold onto a chair. Do it with the pole and the toes. You can do arms up on the toes. Or what I'm going to start with is one arm up, holding onto the pole. So that means I'm going to go 3 on one side and then 3 on the other side. But of any of those other choices, you can do it that way. All right, so feet are hip width at least. They can be wider if you like, depending on your balance. And I'm going to start with raising my right arm, left hand in the pole. But you can go either side, just do both sides evenly. All right, so here we go. So we're going to inhale, coming up on the toes, one arm up, exhale down. Inhale, coming up, exhale down. One more. And down, and then switching sides. You're gonna inhale, other arm up, and down. Inhale, and exhale, and one more time. Inhale, and exhale. All right, next option is, I'm gonna do the pole and the toes. So you can stay with one arm. You can go down to no arms and just the toes, or you can just do the arms. Maybe that's too many options. All right, so here we go. So we're gonna inhale, arms up on the toes, exhale, coming down. Inhale, and exhale. 2 more. Excellent. All right. So let's go ahead and we'll do our tree pose next, and then we'll do our other moving balance. So with tree pose, you're gonna pick a side for the pole, and you can either do the same arm and same leg, or opposite. So left arm, right foot, or left and left, however you like it. Foot can be, we can start in tripod or kickstand. You can have your foot up on the calf or up above the knee, just not on the knee. We don't want any issues there. All right, so let's start. Pick a side for the pole, pick a foot, and then we want this nice strong hip on that straight leg. And then you can do whatever you want with the other arm. It can stay at the heart, on the hip. You can grow your branches. Be straight up, straight out. And then most important of all is breathing. So see if this is not one too many balls to throw at you here. So you're going to inhale through the nose and bring the breath down the back body. On the exhale, bring the breath up the front of the body and out the nose. One more breath. Beautiful. And release and shake it out. You can either switch hands if you like, or keep the pole in the same hand if you have better balance that way. It's totally fine. Root that other foot into the earth. We'll start with tripod or calf or above the knee. And again, the arms can be wherever you like. Hands at the heart. Straight up overhead, straight out to the side. And then let's do that breath again. So inhale through the nose. Breath goes down the back body. On the exhale, it comes up the front and out the nose. So that breath, the point of it is to get the diaphragm moving in the right direction. So as we inhale, diaphragm goes down. As we exhale, diaphragm comes up. 2 more breaths. And coming out nice and gracefully, shake it out. Shake out the straight leg, shake out the bent leg. All right, so since we have the pole, and it's easier to do this with it, and maybe this isn't easy at all, and that's okay for it not to be easy, we're gonna open up the feet a little bit. So pick a foot, the other foot we're going to, maybe, if you can, come up onto the toes. Either the tops of the toes, or maybe you can go over. And this is probably a case of use it or lose it with the flexibility in the feet. If we don't move them around much, they get kind of stiff. And then if you want, making circles. And then open the toes wide and then release. Open them wide and release. Shake it out again. And then we'll do the other side. All right, so starting with coming up on the toes, maybe over. Just kind of getting that movement in there. Excellent. And then what do we do next? Circles. And then last one is open the toes nice and wide and then relax. Open wide, that's an inhale breath. If you're paying attention, exhale, release. All right, and shake it out. All right, what did I promise next? Karate Kid. So again, options, you can do it without the pole. You can do it one side with the pole, or you can do the pole up with opposite knee. All right, that's what I'm gonna do and not fall over. All right, so if that's too much, hold on to the pole. You could even do the pole and one knee at a time, like you're marching. Probably all done enough of that in your lifetimes. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to inhale, arms up, one knee up, exhale down. Inhale, other leg, exhale down. And you don't have to bring the pole all the way up. It can just go shoulder height or all the way up or somewhere in between. And one more time each side, or finish off evenly. Beautiful. All right, now I think we need our warriors. All right. We're gonna do our warriors, and then we're gonna do our little extra block balance thing. We'll try it anyway. So let's start with warrior one. Warrior one, the pole is in the front, and it can either be in the hand with the leg that's forward or opposite hand. Let's see. I'm gonna do same hand, same leg. So I'm gonna step forward with my right foot. I have the pole in my right hand, but if that doesn't work, you can always have it in the other hand, that's fine. And then this back foot's at a little bit of an angle. So it's a little turned out, maybe 45 degrees-ish. Oh, it's a little bit more than that. That's all right. Don't have to have a protractor to measure. All right, so front arm is straight out. I have my legs straight right now in front. On an inhale, I'm going to bend that front knee and bring the other arm up. Exhale down. So I'm going to let you go ahead and do as many as you want until you get tired or bored. No, we won't do that many. But take a moment and notice the 4 or 3 corners of the feet. Look at the front foot first. See what it's doing, and then adjust anything. And then look at that back foot. If the calf is tight, bend the knee. If the ankle is a little wonky, adjust the foot either closer or further out. And let's do 2 more. Very nice. And then step the feet together. Shake anything out that needs shaking. And then you can switch arms if you want, or you can keep it in the same arm. It might be a balance thing. And that's totally fine. So other foot forward. Back foot's at an angle. And let's go. So we're going to inhale, bend that front knee. Arm comes up. Exhale back. And at some point, check in with that front foot. See if you can feel the corners of the foot. Check in with the back foot, the knee, the calf. What's everybody doing? All right, and 2 more. Beautiful. Step the feet together. Shake anything out. And we're gonna do warrior 2 next. So this is the back pull in the back arm. So we're gonna step 1 foot forward. So I usually do right foot with warrior 1, left foot with warrior 2. Now you know all my secrets. All right. Hand at the heart, arm open to the front. The other hand is on the pole. We're gonna bend that front knee over that front ankle. And then take a breath or so here. Gaze can be over those front fingers. So just for fun, depending on if you have your left hand forward, I want you to see if you can breathe into the left diaphragm. So the kind of where the stomach is, that front rib cage. If your right hand is forward, I want you to breathe into the right rib cage. So whichever arm is forward, breathe into that front body. All right, we'll do that on the other side when we switch. So let's move here. We're gonna go peaceful warrior first. Turn that front palm up towards the ceiling. If you can reach back towards the pole, that's awesome. If you can't, that's okay. You can go straight up or towards it, just not falling over. And then on your next exhale, we're gonna fold forward, bring that forearm to that front thigh. And if you can, look towards the horizon or maybe up towards the ceiling if you don't think you're gonna lose your balance. And then on your next inhale, we're gonna come all the way to peaceful warrior. And then exhale back to side angle pose. You can look down at your foot, you can look at the horizon or up towards the ceiling, sending that upper shoulder towards that back wall if you can. And then one more time through peaceful warrior on an inhale. And exhale back to side angle pose. Inhale back to warrior 2. And then we're gonna drop that front arm and step the feet back together. All right, we're gonna switch sides. So this front leg is the opposite of what you just did. And the back hand. Other arm in front. We're gonna bend that front knee over that front ankle. Check in with the feet. And then let's do that breathing into this front rib cage. Beautiful. Flop that palm up and peaceful warrior first. We're going to exhale to side angle pose. Front forearm on that front thigh. Again, look at the floor, the horizon, or up towards the ceiling. And then on your next inhale, all the way back up to peaceful warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. And one more time through. Inhale. And exhale, side angle pose. Inhale back to warrior 2. Drop the arm and step the feet back together. Awesome. All right, shake it out. And now we're going to do something that I don't think I've done in class with anybody. Done it at home. So we need just one block. If you're a little wobbly, you might want a chair instead of the pole, or if you're super wobbly, you might want the wall. So I'll show you with the wall. All right, so we're going to stand up on the block with 1 foot on the block. And it's just a leg swing. So if the pole's not enough, a couple of spots of walls. So pick a foot. And what we're doing is just opening up this side. Legs are heavy, so we're kind of counteracting a little bit of gravity here by letting the leg and the hip and the knee, the ankle kind of relax a little bit here. So you might feel, if you have SI issues, you don't want to overdo this. And then make sure you do the same amount on the other side. So we're strengthening the leg that's on the block, and we're opening up the leg that is not. So this to me feels very different because I'm pretty asymmetrical in my hips, lower back. All that's kind of, one side is way tighter than the other. So if you can feel a difference and one side feels like it needs more work, do a little bit more on that side. Don't do excessive amounts on one side or the other. All right, that feels about even. So just take a moment, feet maybe a little wider than hip width, and just kind of feel what that feels like in there. And maybe, well, not maybe, definitely do some pelvic tilts. So you can have the pole in front to do this or on one side. So we're just side of the hip tilting back and tilting forward. And you might be able to feel where that opened up a little bit or where you might need more opening. So we'll do some stuff on the floor that's gravity neutral to kind of work with that a little bit more. All right, in the meantime, we're going to do some more balance. So let's see, which order do we want? We did tree. So let's do pigeon next, because we just kind of opened that up a little bit. So pigeon is going to be a little bit more opening. So whichever leg you swung first, let's do the other way. If you can't remember, don't worry. We're going to be doing both sides. All right, so here's what we want to do. Pick a leg. We're going to bend the knee. And we're going to bring the opposite ankle on that little shelf we just made. So you can just hang out right here. So this is opening up slightly different than what we just did with the leg swings. So you might feel it different. If you want to increase the opening, you can fold forward. So as you're folding forward, pull those hip points in towards each other. That's going to open up that back, that lower back, that SI area. The loose arm can dangle. If you don't need your pole, you can drop it and dangle both arms. I'm just going to make a lot of racket if I do that. If you want, maybe bend that leg that you're standing on a little bit more. And then when you're ready to come out, lift the other arm up and push in with that foot, and then release. Help you get back up. All right, other side. So one side might be easier than the other, more open. All right, so bend that leg you're going to stand on. Bring the other ankle on that little shelf you just made. Oh, I think we forgot to breathe. Got to breathe. So inhale. Exhale, pull those hip points towards each other. And then let the air come out your nose. If you want, you can dangle forward more if that's comfortable, or bend the knee more, or both, depending on how that feels. And then when you're ready, push in with that the foot. You can bring the other arm up and then shake it out. All right, that one's kind of hard, kind of easy. Yeah, easy, much easier with the pull. All right, so now we're going to do triangle, which is more compressing on that area. So just be mindful that we open stuff up. Don't overdo it on triangle. All right. So we're going to have 1 foot forward. We're going to have the pole in same hand as the foot that is forward. And there's a couple of options you can do with this. You can just do a baby triangle and just bring that hand up. Or you can come down as far as you want. All right, so that front leg stays mostly straight. You can always bend your knee as much or as little as you need. And then we're going to bring that back arm out. We're going to hinge at that hip crease. And you can either walk that front hand down, or you can leave it where it is and just bring the other arm up. So we want to send this upper hip back. So we're opening up the front of that rib cage, the top. The back hip is back. And don't go any further down than you can't get up.
It's too late when you find that out.
Yeah, I have a strap I can help pull you up. Otherwise, we're going to have to get some cherry buckets in here. All right, bend that front knee, walk the hands back up, and then we'll step the feet back together. All right, do the other side. All right, front foot forward, pull in that same hand. You're gonna kind of go forward with that front arm and then bring the back arm up and over. Just as far, and if that's too much, you can always keep your hand on your hip. You're still getting the same core movement. Otherwise, you can bring that front arm down as far as you want, bending or not on that front knee. This time, maybe check in with the 3 or 4 corners of your foot. What's your foot doing? And then when you're ready to come out, you bend that front knee, walk the hands up, and step the feet back together. All right, shake it out. And let's see. All right, let's do. We're going to do our dolphin wave. Okay, so feet are nice and wide. This is kind of basically just a really deep cat and cow. But I like dolphin wave because then you think it's something different. All right, so hands are about shoulder height out in front of you. Feet are nice and wide. And on the exhale, we're going to dive down, ears between the arms or maybe lower. Bend the knees nice and deep. Inhale, coming up, looking up. You can go into as much of a back bend as you want. That's our cow or our cresting dolphin. Exhale, back down, dive down, inhale, jump up over the waves, exhale back. So go ahead and do as many as you like. So we're just bringing the spine back to neutral doing this with movement. And 1 or 2 more is fine, maybe 3 if you're moving fast. All And then when you're ready, we'll do one more with a pull. And that's going to be our chair pose. So you can do it without the pole if you want to practice with arms wide instead of arms up. So feet can be hip width or wider, maybe closer if that feels okay. And we're gonna have the pole in front of us. On the inhale, we're bending our knees and bringing the pole up towards the opposite corner. And the first one isn't as deep. We're gonna exhale, stand up and drop the pole. And then we're gonna do it again. Inhale. Maybe on this next one, you can sit down a little bit further in your pretend chair. Exhale, push into the feet, coming back up. Let's do one more. Inhale, arms up, all the way down as far as is comfortable. And then exhale, push in with the feet, and come back up. All right, I think we're done with this. We're gonna do 2 forward folds with the blocks, or the chair if the blocks are too far down. All right, so you're gonna maybe want to go sideways on your mat, and then 2 blocks in front. So this is again, opening up the sacrum a little bit perhaps, and possibly the pelvic floor. So it depends on how much of a rotation you can get with your feet. So we're gonna hinge at the hips. On the exhale, we're gonna come and bring the hands to the blocks. And then we have options here. So you can keep your feet where they are. The next option is to turn the toes in a little bit. So pigeon toe the feet. If you can, if your ankles or your knees are screaming, back it up and don't do it. All right, the next movement from here is walking the blocks away from you. And we're gonna bring the ears in between the biceps. So if this feels unstable, back it up. So what we're doing here is anti-gravity work. So usually the spine is being compressed by gravity. And by having the hips higher than the shoulders, we're releasing some of that. So whenever you need to, walk the blocks back and come up. Otherwise, another breath or 2 if you can. And then when you're ready, walk the blocks back, straighten the feet out, and then bend the knees. You can bring the hands to the thighs and stand up, or bring the arms up to stand up. All right, so you can heel toe the feet or step them close together. Shake out the legs. We're going to do one more wide-legged forward fold. This one's a twist. So you probably only need 1 block. Or if you can reach the floor, you can use the floor. Or if the blocks are too low, then grab your chair. So we're going to do rainbow pose. I know other people call it other things, but I like rainbow pose. Okay, so we're gonna bring the feet so that they're parallel to each other, if possible. If not, that's fine. Do what your feet need to do. We're hinging at that hip crease again. Fold forward. You can bend the knees a little bit. And we're going to bring, so the arms are in front of us. You can bring one hand to 1 block. So you can have it the tall, you can have it the flat, you can have it the halfway in between, or if you can reach the floor, go to the floor. So a little softness in the knees because we're doing a twist and we don't want to torque on anything. So we're going to take our left hand, we're going to inhale like we have this paintbrush and we're painting a rainbow up towards the ceiling, going just as far as is comfortable. Exhale, bring that hand back down to the floor or block or chair. And then we're going to go up the other side. Inhale, you're painting a rainbow. And then exhale, bring it back down. Let's do that again at least one more time. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, arm down. Second side, inhale, paint your rainbow. Exhale, back down. And nobody's crying, so we'll go one more time. Inhale. And exhale. And last time, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Bend the knees. Bring the hands to the hips. Push in with the feet. Inhale. Coming back up. Phew. All right. You can heel toe the feet back together. And let's do one more half sun salutation, then we'll come down to the floor. So your choice with the arms, I'm going to go out to the side. If you prefer arms straight up, you can do that. All right, so feet are closer to hip width. And we'll start with the hands at the heart. We're going to inhale, drop the hands, arms come up. Exhale, arms out to the side, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. The hands can come to the front of the legs. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, arms out to the side, push in with the feet. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Two more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice long spine. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees, arms out to the side. Push in with the feet. Inhale, all the way up. Palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, arms come out. Inhale, all the way up. Palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. All right, so grab a block. We're going to do a supported bridge. So have a block handy for that, and or your blanket if the block is too high. And we're gonna do something else. I don't remember what. I'll remember when I get down there. All right, come down to the mat, and then let's see, move the mic out of the way. We're gonna roll down onto the flat of the back. And let's do a couple of Apanasanas first. So we're going to exhale, knees in, inhale, knees out. Exhale, knees in, inhale, knees out. And then let's bring the feet down to the mat. And grab your blocks. We're going to come up. We're going to do one round of bridge pose, and then we'll do a supported bridge. So we're just going to move the hips. So I'm going to do robot arms, which means back of the upper arm on the floor, bend at the elbow, fingertips point towards the ceiling. Feet, knees, and hips are lined up. Inhale, we're going to push in with the feet, lift from those hip points up towards the ceiling. Exhale, coming down nice and slow. Feel that massage on the back of the spine as you come down. Take your time. Again, inhale, lift from the hip points. Exhale, release back down nice and slow. And one more time, inhale, pushing with the feet, lift from the hip points. And exhale, bring it back down. All right, so we're going to lift the hips one more time, slide the block under the pelvis if that's comfortable. Or you can do a blanket that might be a little softer, not quite as high. So I have the flattest level down, and the top of the block is at the top of the pelvis bones in the back body. So if it's super uncomfortable, then you can maybe adjust where the block is. If it's super extra uncomfortable, don't use the block. And the arms can be palms face up and maybe tuck the shoulder blades towards each other so we're opening up that upper rib cage, more space for the breath. And then you have a couple of options here. So if you're comfortable and you want, you could extend the legs out. If that's too much of a back bend, leave them where they were. So that's an option. Another option is if you are more flexible in the back, you could lift the block to the second highest. That's an option. And again, it's all going to depend on your body, your back, your flexibility, how that feels. And then the next option is to do a little extra with this. So leaving one foot on the floor, we're going to bring the other foot up towards the ceiling. And then bring that one down, bring the other one up. So maybe a little bit of core work here. Another option is to bring one foot up and then kind of pulse. So now we're getting into work. You could do that at home with like weights on the ankles. Strengthen those quads. If you tried the first side, do the other side and then back. All right, so now we're going to push in with the feet, lift the hips, slide the block out of the way, and then we're going to come down really slow this time. Take your time, exhale nice and long. And then release the shoulders, and we're going to bring the knees back into the chest. So a couple of Apanasanas. And then next time that you have both knees in on the exhale, on the inhale, bring the feet up towards the ceiling, arms up overhead. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. So sometimes we call these LOLs, because it looks like an L and then an O. Or maybe that's just my imagination. And then a couple more Apanasanas. And then we'll bring the feet back down to the mat. And let's extend, if comfortable, both legs all the way straight out. And let's do a couple supine palm tree pose. So we're going to zip the legs up together, toes point up towards the ceiling. And inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, arms back down by your sides. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale back. If you want to, on your next one, inhale, pause at the top, and then extend the fingers away from the torso. Really feel that lengthening in that whole torso. Exhale, arms back down by your sides. Inhale. And exhale. And then we're gonna release the legs away from each other, arms down by your sides, and the palms, upper palms down. Arms can come out away from the torso if that's more comfortable. Maybe tuck the shoulder blades closer together if that feels okay. You can bring a blanket under your head. You can put your legs up on your chair. You can put your blanket over you. The air is a little cold in here. Whatever you need to get comfortable for your relaxation pose. I'm going to sit up so you can hear me better. And let's do a full body relaxation. Walking up the body, relaxing each part as we go. Starting with the feet. Relax the toes. Relax the tops of the feet, the soles of the feet, and the heels. Release the ankles. Relax the calves and shins. Release the knees and the space behind the knees. Relax the tops of the thighs and the backs of the thighs. Let the pelvis be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the abdomen. Release the rib cage and let go of breath. Relax the whole spine from the tailbone all the way up to the base of the skull. Let the shoulders be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the upper arms, elbows, and lower arms. Release the wrists. Relax the hands, fingers, and palms. Relax the throat and the back of the neck. Release the jaw. Let the tongue be heavy and fall away from the roof of the mouth. Let the eyes be heavy and fall to the back of the head. Smooth the forehead and face. Let any last thoughts about the top of the crown of the head. Let the earth's gravity hold you. Let the air around you breathe you. Take the next few moments and just be. Gently coming back into awareness. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. Roll your head side to side. When you're ready, and with an inhale, rolling over onto your right or left side. When you're ready, and again with an inhale, pushing up to a comfortable seated position. And to bring breath back into the body and find us safely on our way. Let's finish with a breath of joy. We'll start with the hands on the heart. The inhale, hands come all the way down, and then the fingertips touch. Exhale, arms come back all the way around, and then hands to heart. And then you can switch which hand lands on top. All right, here we go, 3 times. Inhale, hands down. Arms up, fingertips touch. Exhale, arms all the way back around, hands to heart. Again, inhale. Fingertips touch. Exhale. Hands to heart. And one more time. Inhale. Fingertips touch. Exhale. Arms all the way back around, hands to heart. Palms together and namaste. Namaste.
Thanks, Katie.
All right, gang.
Thanks.